Hi, folks. Robert Quigley here, Washington, D.C., the Money Pit Group. Today we're going to introduce a new section of our video clips titled Quigley's Believe It or Not. The focus of these series of videos is going to be fake news. Both the Republicans and the Democrats have very dirty hands on this front. And during the next 2.5 years, we're going to be bombarded by so many bits of fake news that's going to be spun one way or the other that some of them are just so mind-boggling wrong that they need to be held up for all to see. So where we're going to start today is we're going to start with this topic of America's shortage of baby formula. So ever since it was leaked that the Supreme Court was going to overrule Roe versus Wade, we have seen news clip after news clip of empty shelves. Supermarkets, drugstores, you name it, empty shelves. And the implied message is, oh my gosh, we don't have enough baby formula to feed the babies that are here. And now we're going to overturn Roe versus Wade, which by implication, we're going to have many more babies. And how are we going to feed all these babies? So, I've looked at these, and, the first time I've seen this bit of fake news, I've just kind of scratched my head thinking, well, it's post-pandemic. It'll be over with pretty soon. And I thought that would have been the end of the news clip. But these things kept repeating. And then we dive deeper into four companies make baby formula in the United States. One of them has a closed down. There's an unused factory in Michigan and so forth. And, I'm looking at this, and the more I hear it, the more I realize, whose agenda is this? Why is somebody pushing this topic out there? There's no shortage of baby food across the country. I mean, this is absolutely nuts. So what am I talking about? Well, holy cow. The first thing I did was, I needed some confirmation for my opinion because this is how it works today. And, my basic opinion was, well, there's no shortage of baby food across this planet, let alone America. Let me just look to the experts. So I did a quick Google search, and lo and behold, there's Johns Hopkins Medical School right up top. They put out a report on baby formula versus breast milk. Well, as it turns out, and as every new mom should know, and nature has provided for us, whether you call it nature, the universe, God, luck, it doesn't matter. But we're just going to say Mother Nature. Mother Nature has provided for millions upon millions of years through genetic evolution that the female half of the human species is equipped to nourish her child for the first year of that child's life. Now, why in the world should we be talking about man-made baby formula? That's a rhetorical question, because I'm sure the baby formula industry will just fill this this comment section up with comments. But the reality is, human babies need the mother's milk. And there are lots of reasons for this. So I'm just going to quickly look through, I'm going to highlight what Johns Hopkins has to say about it. And this is exactly what anybody with two brain cells would think if they even bothered to think about the issue at all. But according to Johns Hopkins, and according to our great-grandmothers and our common sense, well, of course, breast milk is the perfect food for your baby. It contains just the right amount of nutrients. It is gentle on the baby's stomach, intestines, and other bodily systems. And they recommend that new moms breastfeed their kids for 6 months, and breastfeed along with solid foods for at least 1 to 2 years. Okay, that is what history and medical science tells us. So now we might begin to see who the drivers are of that fake news, that there's this massive shortage of a baby formula and the world's coming to an end. Well, obviously, the people who put up that fake news want women back in the workforce. They, of course, don't want they do want abortion because they don't want women taking time off to raise the kids. But this is a serious problem. We have a very unhealthy population in the United States, and as time goes by, the population gets more unhealthy. Kids have more healthy problems. Diabetes is increasing, for example. Overweightness has been increasing for decades. People blame it on junk food. But look, if the kid does not have all of the nutrients that it needs in those early days of life, well, it's got a tough time for the rest of its life. All right, so that's the general tenor of what I'm talking about. But what else does Johns Hopkins say about this topic? Well, okay, so breast milk and its nutrients are best for the baby's brain growth. Surprise, surprise, surprise. You want an Einstein? You want a smart kid? You want a successful kid? Breastfeed the kid. Okay, it helps with the nervous system of the kid, for example. Let's go on. What else do they say? Um, let's see here. It helps the kid fight disease. It helps the kid develop its immune system to fight disease. It has far fewer digestive, lung, and ear infections. That is the kid who is properly breastfed versus the kid who is on baby formula. Uh, let's see. Babies that are premature are less likely to get infections if they're breastfed. And when they do get an infection, it's going to be most likely to be less severe. So there's a whole list of conditions here that breastfeeding will improve and it will prevent. So the general idea is fewer health problems, for example, and Johns Hopkins highlights a few of them. I mean, you can go through and pull the article out that I'm talking about, but I just want to highlight the points because we have it's a fake news issue that has serious ramifications. All right, so it appears that there have been studies done over the life of folks on this particular topic. You want a more confident kid, breastfeed your kid. I think you get the general idea of what I'm talking about. An interest group or groups put together this national catastrophe news story that the world is running out of baby formula. So, oh my God, the sky is falling. When in reality, the society generally and mothers specifically have been endowed by nature with more than enough food for the baby. So with that, I'm gonna say that's our very first fake news story, and it's a random pull from today's news events, but it does have serious political issues because you can just use your imagination and see who's behind this, who's trying to drive folks in different directions of society. We need stronger families. And the real only way we're going to have stronger families is if mom is home with those kids for the first year of that kid's life. And we need to strengthen that family unit in every way we can. So with that first, Quigley's Believe It or Not, I encourage you to subscribe to the channel, add your comments below, join the conversation, and then as these fake news events come up, I will put them on our channel. We'll talk about what's really going on and point us in the right direction. And until we meet again,